Digital Citizenship Module 7. What is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship refers to the responsible use of technology by anyone who uses computer, the internet, and digital devices to engage with society on any level. Good digital citizenship engages young students and shows them how to connect with one another, empathize with each other, and create lasting relationships through digital tools. Bad digital citizenship, on the other hand, entails cyberbullying, irresponsible social media usage, and general lack of knowledge about how to safely use the internet. There are 7 key concepts to focus on when teaching digital citizenship that include empathy, meaning text-based communications, which is what the digital world normally is hard to know a person's tone, see their facial expressions, and get those nonverbal cues that you get when you're speaking with someone face to face. This makes it it's easy to make quick, harsh judgments about someone's statements online and get worked up, and then yourself make quick, horrible things on the internet. It also is important to know how the internet works. By knowing how the incredible network of servers and computers that direct the web browsers through a variety of wired and wireless connections helps understand what's actually going out there. Understanding your digital footprint, knowing that everything you do creates a digital footprint. Some could be what you're viewing, what you're clicking on, what you're searching for. All of that is stored and used. Practicing digital literacy is the practice of reading information online and understanding what it means, where it came from, and whether it's accurate, whether it's fake news, whether it's real news, finding the source. The digital divide, this is where the disparity between those who have access to the modern digital tools and those who don't, and recognizing that some people have that and some people don't. Digital wellness is refraining from or indulging in the internet or digital media for unreasonable amounts of time. Leave your devices down and don't touch them for a few hours every day. I think this is especially hard for those of us who are continually connected through our phones, through our computers, always information, and being able to walk away and realize that you need to take care of yourself. And then securing your digital devices. Data theft is a huge thing, and it impacts almost 3 million Americans every year, and being able to keep your information and your things safe. E-Rate is a program where schools and libraries can apply for funds to purchase hardware, internet access, and telecommunications to connect to 21st century learning skills. E-Rate funding must meet 2 important stipulations. The first stipulation is that there's filtered internet. Students must have access to filtered internet content to protect students from harmful learning material. And the other is the CIPA compliance. Students must learn about internet safety during the school year. CIPA is the Children's Internet Protection Act. CIPA requires schools to provide for the education of students regarding appropriate and inappropriate online behavior, including interaction with other individuals on social networking websites and in chat rooms, and regarding cyberbullying awareness and response. This was interesting to me. I don't know that we do enough of this. There are different ways out there to help you know and teach your students good digital citizenship, respectful interactions to become smart digital citizens. R for ready is remind. Remind students to be mindful of the information and opinions they make public. Educate students on the negative aspects of online use. E, encourage. Encourage students to step away from their cell phones or computer screens when hanging out with friends. Offline peer relations are just as important as online ones. A is accountability. Encourage digital accountability by creating student digital use guide for online use that teaches students how to properly and safely use the internet. Each district should have a responsible use policy, but making sure the students are aware of that and what that means is key. Demonstrate is D. Demonstrate good model good digital citizenship. That's important as educators to show them how it's appropriate to find resources and copyright issues and those sorts of things. And then Y is yes. Help students become responsible and know what's appropriate and what's not, instead of just totally blocking or locking down everything. Start teaching proactive digital citizenship by letting students use YouTube and Twitter and some of their social media for good educational uses. I found this to be very helpful, not only for students, but also for adults and educators. These are 5 key questions to consider before you post something online. Question 1 is, what impression are you giving? Is this a post that you would want to read about somebody else? What would you think if someone else posted this information? Number 2 is, do I really want this information out there? Once you share it, you lose control over it, and you can't guarantee that someone won't use that information or that picture or any of those things in a way that you weren't intending. Number 3 is, am I oversharing? The more you share, the more people know. And the more they know, that the more your digital footprint is out there, and the more that they're likely that they can hack or use your information. Would I want someone else to share this fact or idea about me? Again, it's important to know that what you're posting doesn't always stay in your little circle. Anyone has access to that information and can share that to anyone. And then number 5 is, does it pass a newspaper test? Before you post something, think, would I be happy to see this on the front page of the local newspaper? Again, I thought these questions were very important, not just for our students, but also as educators before we post something on Facebook or on our social media pages, that it's out there and that anyone can find it. There are lots of different digital citizenship curriculums. These are just a couple of the examples that were in our resources. Some of them include videos like the NetSpark. The Common Sense Media ones have lesson plans and all kinds of things. It was interesting to look at these and compare them. They were very similar, but also provided differences based on the age of the students that you are teaching. Again, I think the important thing is that you find something and that you use it, not all the way from kindergarten all the way through high school. Sometimes we think that our kids aren't using it, we don't need them, but from the very beginning they need to know and understand how to be a good digital citizen. It's important not only to have students know how to use the internet, but also how to create and find things and share things that they have produced, so they're not just consumers, but also they're creators of this. And so there's three things to help us know, again, how these things work and if this is a good. And it's the REP. R is respect for yourself and others. Again, use that social etiquette. Know that not everyone has the same access to technology. And know the laws of copyright and stealing information without permission. Give credit to those who created it. E is for educating yourself. Being having digital literacy is important to understand how to evaluate the accuracy, the perspective, and the validity of digital media and social posts. Communication, knowing when to use technology is important, knowing when not to use it, knowing when to post. And then P is for protecting yourself. Again, know your rights and responsibilities. Make sure your devices are secure. And it's important to remember the health and wellness aspect. There has to be a balance between the online world and the real world. Students and even adults need to establish limits with technology and spend some quality face-to-face time with family and friends. Standard correlation. This standard correlates to the standard because it's really highlighted the need for digital citizenship from all who use technology. It is a must that we as educators not only model this for our students, but also systematically teach digital citizenships to all grade levels as well. Relevant. This assignment is relevant to my current learning because I'm currently working with E-Rate to finish a project that was bid out last year at my school. It's important that I understand all that was involved, as this is my first time working with E-Rate. I learned about the bidding process and the internet filter requirements, but I wasn't fully aware of the SIPA requirements that went along with it and what my school was doing to meet these requirements. Reflection. Digital citizenship is an important skill in our world. Almost everyone is online in some form or another. It is imperative that we teach students how to be responsible citizens not only in our everyday world, but also online. I think that sometimes we assume that because students are so adept and able to use the technology and figure it out, that they already know these skills. This assignment opened my eyes a little to the fact that we aren't always very good at teaching these skills to our students and that it is a necessary must. These are my resources. Thank you very much.